Hello, I am Dr. Ann Groves. I'm the market president for Arcos Health in Illinois.
And I'm Dr. Geloo. I'm the medical director for the Illinois market.
Today we're here to talk about women's health and wellness. Zeba, women's health is one of those questions that we're told is so very important, but I think a lot of people are confused as to what health and wellness actually means. Can you give me an overview of the most important things that women need to be paying attention to for their health?
Absolutely, and I think it's critical that we understand this is a lifestyle. So things that we do as far as what we eat, our diet, we want to make sure we're eating a healthy plant-based diet with lean protein. We want to make sure we're getting activity and sleep, because people don't understand the importance of sleep. Sleep is when your body is healing. And then in addition to that, we need to feed our souls. So we need some healthy relationships. We need to make sure that we have ways to de-stress, because stress itself can become very toxic.
So we all hear about diet. You're supposed to make sure you're eating well. What does eating well mean?
I think eating well is really just getting back to the basics. So the one type of diet specifically that we have the most evidence for is the Mediterranean diet, which is rich in plant-based food, whole grains, and lean proteins like fish, grilled chicken, eating lots of tree nuts like walnuts, almonds, and pecans. This particular diet has had research tracking to show that it really does decrease disease.
And what are your favorite meals based around a plant-based diet?
So I am a big fan of chickpeas. I love chickpeas. I make curried chickpeas, but I think lean protein like fish, you can grill, especially in the warm months, grilled fish and chicken. I think that's great. Steamed vegetables, now people have air fryers, so just throwing your vegetables, sprinkling a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, stick it in your air fryer. It's a great meal and it really doesn't take that long to make.
I will say we fried chickpeas in our air fryer last night. They were delicious.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, we'll have to exchange our chickpea recipes.
Now, for exercise, most or many women are leading very busy lives these days. We're trying to juggle so much. Finding time to exercise is a challenge. What do you recommend for healthy exercise?
I think whatever works with your routine. So that's the most important thing. And something is better than nothing. So if we're looking at official recommendations, it's 150 minutes per week. Do it however you want. If you like to swim, and I know you're a huge fan of walking, as am I. We used to have a walking group where we would just, the 3 or 4 of us would get together. And I think if you have a buddy that kind of pushes you a bit, it really does make a big difference, because then you're more likely to get out there. And if you can walk outside and, go to the lake, whatever you like, whatever is going to push you to want to do this because it's so much fun. And that's where I recommend the buddy, because then you're also getting the other piece that I recommend, which is stress reduction, friendship, and emotional health. That can do all of those things together for you.
I am a fan of walking, and one of the reasons I'm a fan of walking is you can do it in little bite-sized snippets throughout the day. You don't have to dedicate large periods of time. You can walk up and down a set of stairs when you've got 5 minutes, or you can walk around the block, and it gets you outside. Sunlight is very important for my mental health.
Absolutely, and your vitamin D. So
true.
So I think it gets you. So I think once you start doing the right thing, a lot of other right things kind of follow along. So it really just comes back to lifestyle, like incorporating just healthy habits, a little bit of walk here, taking the steps instead of, taking the elevator, ordering the salad instead of the burger, just using good judgment and evolving into the direction of eating healthier, fresh food and just moving more.
I'd like to take a minute and talk about the third piece of this that you've been talking about, which is sleep. I struggle to get enough sleep. I have teenagers, and I know they struggle to get enough sleep. Why is it so important to get sleep?
Sleep is absolutely critical for cells to function well. So sleep is when your body is doing DNA repair. So if we, miss sleep over time and that stacks up, we're going to feel sick. We're going to feel less than our best and not even realize what's going on. Sleep also causes stress, which also causes disease for our body. So, we're starting to now understand better what's happening to us on a cellular level, and that's where all of these come into play, because when we stress our bodies, we need to find ways to de-stress. And if we don't do that, then illness is going to ensue.
So what are some reasonable ways to de-stress? I don't have time to go to a spa and have a facial. I need things that I can do quickly and easily.
It's different for different people, but for me, I think just having conversation, which is the easiest thing to do. Sometimes if you are stressed about something and you can talk to a friend or colleague and just unload for 5 minutes, it's gone and you're ready to restart. Like, it's a jump start for you. So that's one thing. I see people with little stress widgets on their, desk. But again, whatever it is that allows you to kind of pull away and just jump start, is the best thing to do.
So what I'm hearing is that diet and exercise are the foundations, but that it's really important to pay attention to your sleep hygiene, to make sure that you reduce your stress. And you've talked a little bit about friends and socialization. How does that help with wellness?
So important. They've done studies on the blue zones, and they ask these people who've lived long into their hundreds, healthy and strong. And what we find is it's diet, it's exercise, but it's a sense of community and friendship. It's, when we feel happy, we release hormones in our body like oxytocin that make us feel good, but they also cause our body to relax and heal. So from that perspective, it really does make a big difference.
If you could go back 20 years and give yourself advice as a woman, what would it be?
Gosh, I think it would be to pause and focus on my self-health more. I think we spend so much time just thinking about everything it is we need to do. And when we're young in particular, there's so much functional reserve that we absolutely don't feel anything when we're not taking care of ourselves. And what I would do is start early. I would do all the things we're talking about. I would be mindful of healthy eating, about moving more. It's not about how often you get to the gym, but it's about how often you get up out of your chair and walk around the block or walk around the office to get to the bathroom, rather than just going across across the hall. So things like that. I would just be mindful of these little things that ultimately will add up.
And for me, I wish I had discovered the link between exercise and my mental health earlier. For me, exercise is better than any antidepressant medication out on the market. I wish that I had started a regular exercise regime in my 20s when my body was a lot easier to heal, because I think I would be stronger now.
There are things we can't control, but if there are things we can do to reduce that risk, then why wouldn't we do it?
On this National Women's Health and Fitness Day, all of us at Arcos would like to wish you well.